My favorite Beatles song is
Let It Be.
Since I've reached the advanced years of 65, I quite like the song When I'm 64.
Golden slumbers fill your eyes.
My favorite Beatle is Paul McCartney.
My favorite Beatle is John Lennon.
I never really did understand Yoko, but I forgave him that anyway.
Well, in 1977, we formed a 50s, 60s rock and roll band called the Haircuts. We had 140 songs set. We played Beach Boys, Beatles, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and so many other great, great artists from that time. The beginnings were indeed very, very, very humble, primarily because both of my parents came to Canada as displaced persons after the Second World War. I don't think any of us could really understand what it would have been like to be trying to survive in a Siberian work camp or to be a prisoner of war somewhere in Europe for 6 years. They met here in Toronto back in 1949, 1950. And at that time, they had to work at 2 jobs to be able to raise enough money to be able to buy their first home, which was a semi, in what was Little Poland. Toronto at that time had Little Italy, Little Portugal. These were areas where, as in my case, I didn't learn any English until I was 6. And I only learned it then because I had to go to school, so I had to be able to speak English. When you think about the fact that this generation then decided that they were going to give everything they possibly could to their children so that their children would have a better life, so that their children would have opportunities, so that their children would have stability, so that their children would not have to endure any of the pain and suffering or other things that they had to endure. We have what we have today thanks to their efforts and to their sacrifices.
Well, when I first met George, I felt that he was very organized. He's very personable. He really knows or knew so many people in real estate. And he's grown that network incredibly over the period of time.
Of all the people I know, probably his contribution to the real estate business is the least understood. The conferences that he's run have helped profile many, many people in our industry and have helped the knowledge and sort of communication level in our industry beyond where it is in almost any other jurisdiction I know in the world.
We started from zero ground. Only thing we had was inspiration and a desire to build a home for deaf-blind people. And George was on my committee. He worked for the government at that time, and we needed funding from the government. So we had to inspire George to help us out, and we did. And he came through with it, and we got the first home in the entire world built for deaf-blind community.
In Ontario, where we have 14.5 million people or thereabouts in population, there's 2,000 people who are known to be deaf-blind. Now, I don't know how many of you know of a person who's deaf-blind, have someone in your family who's deaf-blind, but for us, as a charity, what we realized was that they were smaller than a grain of sand on a beach in terms of any political clout or any activity.
If he undertakes to do something, it is done, and if he doesn't have the time or doesn't wish to do, he won't dilly-dally, he will tell you so.
Welcome to Willowdale. And if you look to the right of me, what you'll notice is an everyday, mid-sized apartment building. But frankly, is it? This building in 1991 was designed, every square inch of it, from the ground up, to become a home of 16 apartments to house individuals and couples who are deaf-blind. And it is the only building in the world of its kind. So welcome to Rotary Cheshire Homes.
We have 16 one-bedroom apartments in this building. Each apartment is approximately 600 square feet. Each apartment has a living room, a kitchen with a fridge and stove, and a shelf for a microwave. There's grab bars in the washrooms for safety, as well as the bedroom has a walk-in closet. There are no balconies for safety reasons, which is obvious, but the windows do open up so that tenants can get fresh air. We also have a terrace on the 4th floor where people can go to enjoy the outdoors as well. All of our tenants have access to intervener services. An intervener will provide access to people, places, and things. Grocery shopping, doctor, medical appointments, recreational activities, anything that the tenants want to do. Without intervener services and without this apartment building, many of our tenants would be very limited in participating in the community at large.
When you think about values, it really comes down to one very, very simple fact. It's sometimes attributed to Harry Truman as a quote that he had. It's amazing what you can get done if you don't care who gets the credit for it.
He really is the model for what we all should be doing. He is involved in prostate cancer.
He raised money, he raised awareness, he brought light into a disease that basically was hidden for many, many years.
He's been involved in the deaf-blind charity. He's been involved in other initiatives on a selfless basis. We all should be getting involved and doing our best to help the many charities that need the skill and abilities of people in real estate.
He provides energy, he provides leadership, he provides us a great example of how you can become engaged in a cause that is greater than you are.
George is an integral part of our foundation, and he's made a tremendous amount of contribution in raising money, building contacts, and getting things done.
The easiest thing is to write a check and support a philanthropy. The harder thing is to roll up your sleeves and to actually get involved in something that is meaningful.
Congratulations, George, for getting the award.
Without your support and the support of the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons, Rotary Cheshire Homes would not be here today.
George, congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. You are serving Canada in a very meaningful way.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud to be your partner. I'm proud to be your colleague, and I'm proud to be your friend.
This is 9:15 in the morning, and this is water, but cheers.
My special thanks to NAIOP and the NAIOP board for the Community Service Award for 2016. This is truly a very flattering and a very humbling experience for me. Thank you.